Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Rahman. My name is Nurul Asyiqin binti SAKRI. Together with my partner, Nur Afiqah binti SHAFIE, we will be presenting our topic today, when anti-fraud laws become obstacle to computer science research. So this article discusses how modern research often relies on deception, like using fake accounts or data, to test AI system, security, or online platform. However, US laws such as the Wire Fraud Statute, Identify Fraud Laws, and the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act can hold researchers criminally liable even if they had no bad intent. Unlike other laws, these anti-fraud statutes not clearly exempt research activities. As a result, researchers face serious legal risks, and this uncertainty could discourage valuable studies that improve digital security and accountability. So now, let's continue by looking at the main discussion or key concept points of the article. First, research deception and identify misuse. In computer science research, deception often involves the intentional misuse of identity, purpose, or credentials. For example, researchers may create fake emails, false identities, or counterfeit metadata to impersonate legitimate users. These tactics are used to test phishing defenses, study system behavior, or observe user responses. While this method can generate valuable insight, they target platforms, online services, and even automated systems like chatbots. This makes deception a controversial practice that raises ethical and legal concerns. Alright. Second, research motivation and legal risk of deceptive practices. Researchers often use deception for valid reasons. These include accessing restricted data, evaluating how users react to security threats, and checking algorithms for bias or unfairness. However, because there are no clear legal protections for these practices, researchers risk facing criminal charge or civil lawsuits. At the same time, legal uncertainty can discourage important research that benefit society. So, for this reason, the article recommends creating specific guidelines and assumptions that would support responsible scientific research in today's complex digital environment. Next, research methodologies using deception. Many research methods in computer science rely on deception. For example, penetration testing or red teaming involve pretending to be an attacker to identify security weaknesses. In one study, researchers added a harmless link to a domain to improve its reputation, while the domain actually hosted a modified malicious file. So this experiment was done carefully with a security vendor. Other methods include web scraping, where data is collected without explicit consent, and sock puppets, which are fake accounts used to study algorithm behavior. Social engineering goes further by interacting with people without their knowledge, and audits may manipulate platform to measure fairness. Even though these approaches are valuable for improving security and transparency, they still involve form of impersonation that could break anti-fraud laws. Now I will continue my part. Legal ambiguity plays a big role. Fraud law, especially wire fraud, are vague and inconsistently applied. For example, Aaron Swartz's case, who was prosecuted for downloading academic article from JSTOR. Compared to well-known law like the DMCA or CFAA, anti-fraud law are much less precise, and since academic researchers don't have the same legal protection as business, they are more vulnerable. This uncertainty makes many researchers hesitant
to explore areas that involve deception, even when it's ethical research purpose. To address these issues ethically, the manual report provides useful guidance. It focuses on four main principles, which is the first one is beneficence, second is justice and fairness, third public interest with legal accountability, and the third one is respect for persons. So this ensures research is responsible, fair, and legally compliant. Now, when it comes to risk, the researchers are advised to manage, not avoid. This means deception only be used if it's necessary for the study, not for personal gain. Ethically, researchers must seek consent and approval from relevant organizations, follow the law, and also go through proper ethical review. If deception based tools like fake identity are used, they must be controlled and not allowed to cause harm outside the research. To conclude, deception has become an important method in CSR. That's why ethics and legal framework need to be addressed together to avoid any misuse of sensitive data and build trust.